Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something super important that's happening right now in California. You might have heard some news about strange shakes and rumbles, and even a big warning from NASA. It sounds a little scary, but don't worry. We're going to break it all down together, nice and simple, so you know exactly what's going on. Think of it like a science adventure. So, what's happening? Imagine the Earth is like a giant puzzle, made of huge pieces called tectonic plates. California sits right on the edge of two of these massive puzzle pieces, the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. Usually these plates are slowly sliding past each other. Most of the time we don't even feel it. It's like two giant sidewalks moving in opposite directions, but super slow, about as fast as your fingernails grow. But sometimes the edges of these plates get stuck. They're not smooth, you see, they're bumpy and rough, so they snag on each other, and pressure starts to build up. Imagine you're trying to push a really heavy box across the floor. At first it doesn't move, right? You push and all that energy gets stored up. Then suddenly, with a big jerk, the box lurches forward. That sudden jerk is kind of like an earthquake. In California, this happens along a famous line called the San Andreas Fault. It's a massive crack in the Earth's crust that runs for hundreds of miles. For years, scientists have been watching this fault, knowing that all this stored up energy would eventually have to be released. And that brings us to what's happening now. Lately, instead of one big jerk, California has been experiencing something called tremor swarms. Instead of a big sudden earthquake, it's more like a constant low-level rumbling and shaking. It's like the ground is vibrating, almost like a giant cell phone on silent mode. These tremors are different from typical earthquakes because they're gentler and can last for minutes, hours, or even days. People in places like Los Angeles and San Francisco have been reporting feeling these weird rolling motions, like being on a boat in a calm sea. It's not violent, but it's definitely noticeable and a bit unsettling. So, why is this happening now? And why is NASA involved? That's the really interesting part. NASA isn't just about rockets and space. They have incredible satellites that watch our planet. These satellites can measure tiny movements in the Earth's surface, things we could never see with our own eyes. And they've detected something unprecedented. Using their super advanced radar and GPS technology, NASA scientists noticed that the ground in California is bulging and stretching in unusual ways. Think of it like this. If you have a piece of stretchy dough and you pull it slowly, it just gets longer. But if part of it is stuck, you'll see other parts start to bulge and deform. That's what NASA is seeing from space. The ground is moving in a pattern that suggests the tectonic plates are experiencing a slow slip event. What's a slow slip event? Let's go back to our heavy box analogy. Instead of one big jerk, imagine the box starts to slide forward very slowly and quietly, grinding along the floor. You might not even notice it's moving at first, but it is. A slow slip event is like that for the tectonic plates. They're sliding past each other without causing a major earthquake, releasing all that built-up pressure gradually. The tremor swarms are the side effects of this slow grinding movement. This is actually a huge scientific discovery. For a long time, scientists thought that pressure on a fault could only be released in two ways: through big sudden earthquakes or through very slow, unnoticeable creep. These tremor swarms and slow slip events are something in between, a third way for the Earth to let off steam. It's like finding a whole new chapter in the Earth's rulebook. Now for the urgent warning. While a slow slip event releasing pressure might sound like a good thing, and in some ways it is, it also changes the stress on other parts of the fault. Imagine you have a long row of dominoes. If you gently nudge a few in the middle, it might stop the whole line from falling over at once. But it could also transfer that push to dominoes further down the line, making them more likely to fall later. That's what scientists at NASA and the U.S. Geological Survey are worried about. The slow slip in one area could be adding pressure to other locked sections of the San Andreas Fault. These are the parts that have been stuck for a very long time and have a huge amount of energy stored up. The current tremors could be the prelude, the opening act, to a much larger earthquake in one of these locked zones. They're not saying a big one is definitely going to happen tomorrow, but they are saying the risk has significantly increased. The clock might be ticking a little faster now. So, what does this mean for everyone in California? It's a wake-up call. It's not a reason to panic, but it is a very serious reminder to be prepared. If you live there, it's a great time to check your earthquake kit. Do you have water, non-perishable food, a flashlight, batteries, and a first aid kit? Does your family have a plan for where to meet if you get separated? Have you practiced drop, cover, and hold on? This is the best thing you can do to stay safe. It's amazing to think about how we can know all of this. We have scientists in space looking down at our planet, and scientists on the ground listening to its heartbeat. They're all working together like detectives, piecing together clues to understand the incredible power of our Earth. These tremors are a reminder that our planet is alive and constantly changing beneath our feet. What's happening in California is a huge event for science and a critical warning for public safety. It's a perfect example of how technology, like NASA's satellites, helps us understand and prepare for the natural world. It's not just about predicting disasters, but about understanding the incredible, complex processes that shape our planet every single day. So, while the news might sound alarming, the real story is one of incredible science and the importance of being prepared. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive today. I hope this helped you understand what's really going on with those California tremors. If you found this interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next science adventure. Stay curious and stay safe.